Hi everybody, welcome back. Every week so far I have released a new perfect pick, and this is one that I have been just dying to tell you about right from the beginning of school. I absolutely loved this book the first time I read it. Heck, I enjoyed it so much that I read it again at the start of summer vacation. When I began, I thought it was going to be another typical two girls from very different backgrounds kind of story and how they discover new things about each other or something like that. I did not expect a shocking plot twist very early in the book and then to be caught up in an absolutely compelling mystery which turned into a thriller. Wow! It's also in an unusual format with a little bit of graphic novel mixed through the text, and I was really impressed at the way the author pulled everything together. I also want you to know that despite the pink and the reference to a princess, this is an everybody book. The two main characters are a guy and a girl in high school, and you just can't go wrong with it. I double dog dare you to put it down after you read the first couple of chapters. Reserve your copy today. The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place is a series I started reading a couple of years ago, and it's pretty cool. And also, it's a little bit weird. The three main characters were found running wild in the forest of Ashton Place. Alexander's around 10, and he keeps his younger siblings in line by biting them occasionally. His sister Cassiopeia, who's maybe 4 or 5 years old, has a bark that's worse than her bite, and Beowulf, who's like 7 or 8, is really good at chasing squirrels. Luckily, they have a governess named Miss Penelope Lumley, who's only 15 years old and a recent graduate of the Swanburn Academy for Poor Bright Females. Yes, that's really the name of the school. In Book 1, The Mysterious Howling, there are many mysteries. Who are these three wild creatures, and how did they come to live in the forest surrounding the estate? Why does old Timothy, the coachman, lurk around every corner? Will Penelope be able to teach the incorrigibles table manners and socially useful phrases in time for Lady Constance's holiday ball? This series is fun, it's mysterious, and sometimes it's a little bit silly. It's a perfect choice for fans of Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events or anybody who enjoyed Harry Potter. Alrighty, here's the first of my two book fair previews for this week. I absolutely love that you're coming into the library and asking for these books, but I don't have them yet. All I have is one preview copy. They're going to be in the book fair, which starts on October 17th, so start doing some extra chores around the house, look under the seats of the car and underneath the couch cushions for loose change, and be ready to come shop in just a couple of weeks. And now for Lost in the Pacific, 1942. During World War II, a plane carrying 8 men crashed into the Pacific Ocean. On the plane was Colonel Eddie Rickenbacker, the world's most famous pilot. The men used 3 inflatable rafts to stay afloat in the middle of thousands of miles of ocean. All of their supplies had been left behind. No food, no fresh water. Drinking ocean water would mean certain death. The men constantly thought about food, refusing to believe they had begun the process of starvation. Days passed, and as spirits sank, each man realized the end was just a few hours away. Find out what happened in this true story of World War II. The second book fair preview for this week is called Frozen Charlotte, and it's a doozy. People believe Jay died when the brakes on his bike failed. Prior to Jay's tragic death, he and his best friend, 15-year-old Sophie, successfully contacted the spirit of Sophie's dead cousin Rebecca by using a Ouija board. Determined to learn the truth about what killed Rebecca and whether Jay's death is connected, Sophie travels to her dead cousin's house, where she discovers that Rebecca collected dolls based on an old song about a dead girl named Charlotte. Now the evil dolls are screaming to be released from the house. I know it sounds like there's a lot of dead cousins and friends and everything in here, so it's just gotta be good. After visiting the castle in Scotland, which her family has inherited, 12-year-old Emily finds that she has accidentally brought home with her a Boggart, an invisible and mischievous spirit with a fondness for practical jokes. In this sequel to the Boggart, the invisible and mischievous spirit living in the Scottish castle keep sets out to help save Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, one of its few remaining cousins. Willow Chance is a 12-year-old genius and an outsider. After her parents are killed in a car accident, she must figure out how to connect with other people and find a new family for herself. 13-year-old Travis, living in cramped quarters with his alcoholic grandfather, longs for his old life in the country. He's a bluefish, stupid, angry, alone. He struggles in school to hide the fact that he can't read, but a determined teacher and a special girl named Velveeta open his eyes to a new world. How scared can you get in 30 seconds? Dare to find out in half-minute horrors. Dive into the shortest, scariest spine tinglers, hair raisers, and eye poppers ever created. Half-minute horrors is a collection of very short, very scary stories by an assortment of authors and illustrators including Lemony Snicket, James Patterson, R.L. Stine, Holly Black, and many more. In Stolen, a girl finds herself running through the forest at the edge of a village with no memory of anything, even her own name, and later learns that she might be 12-year-old Isabel, believed to be stolen by a witch 6 years before. Next to Mary Downing Hahn, Vivian van de Velde is one of our best writers of scary stories. When his mom gets a job as the town doctor in Snow Park, Colorado, and a member of the high school snowboarding team dies the same day, an old Native American curse on doctors is revealed to a teenager named Torin by the townspeople. However, he suspects that a villain is hiding behind that curse, and he's forced to take on a dangerous mystery to find the truth. In the aftermath of the event, a 9/11 type occurrence that killed an estimated 2 million people and which made seeing the dead a part of life, Veronica and her friend Kirk investigate why the ghosts seem to be gaining power and stumble upon the sinister plot of a teacher who is seeking a replacement for his dead daughter. This is a really great supernatural thriller. In Night of the Howling Dogs, 11 Boy Scouts, their scout leaders, and some new friends camping in Hawaii in 1975 find their survival skills put to the test when a massive earthquake strikes, followed by a tsunami. I read this book several years ago, and it's unforgettable. It's a great survival story and a thriller, too. In Poison, a dark fantasy, the kidnapping of her sister by fairies causes a teenage girl who has named herself Poison to put her fears aside and leave her isolated village, determined to bring the baby back. She faces great dangers and strange encounters on her way to confront the fairy lord. This book is a good choice for fans of Holly Black, Mary Downing Hahn, or Vivian van de Velde. I've heard you guys are talking about the board, and I think that's fantastic, so I'm going to give you a rundown of what's been going on in the past week. The top 5 books, Drama, Sister, Smile, Cardboard, and Wonder, have had no change in the last 7 days. However, the fourth stall is up 3 places from number 9. The Night She Disappeared has moved up 1 from number 8. The Maze Runner is up 4 places from number 12. Girl Stolen has dropped down 3. The Night Gardener has moved up 4 places from number 14 last week. Dirty Little Secrets is up 2 places from number 13 last week. All the Lovely Bad Ones has moved up 1 place. Life as We Knew It has plummeted by 6 places. And House of Dark Shadows has also dropped by 4. Guinness World Records has jumped back on the board, It was number 17 last week, and now it's back in at number 15. And brand new is The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Ugly Truth, in at number 16. Everybody keep checking the board, keep reading the books, and whoever is in the top 16 at the beginning of March is going to be in our March Madness Battle of the Books. See you next week, everybody.